This is WGAL8 Brainbusters. We're here at Studio A, where all crew, players, and audience members are fully vaccinated as we follow strict COVID protocols.
From Studio A, this is WGAL8 Brainbusters. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to our show. We are delighted to welcome back Cedar Crest and Elizabethtown. These are good players. We know they're good because this is their third appearance on our show. Now, one team will return for the playoffs and a chance to share in $10,000 in prize money from WGAL8 Brainbusters. So we have our work cut out for you, and they do too. So let's get started now with today's opening round. We have 10-point questions and one big brainbuster brought to you by Turkey Hill. Welcome back to all six of you. Let's go to work now with this 10-point question. Jack Ruby shot Lee Harvey Oswald. Who did Lee Harvey Oswald shoot?
JFK, John F. Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy is correct. The Welland Ship Canal between Lake Ontario and Lake Erie was built to bypass this natural wonder and major obstacle. Read.
Niagara Falls.
The Niagara Falls is correct. It's the more common name for the class of animals that contains the oldest form of vertebrate life. What is the four-letter synonym for
Fish.
Fish is correct, yes. In Greek, it's literally the measurement of triangles. What branch of mathematics, Matthew?
Trigonometry.
Trigonometry deals with the relationships and sides of angles of triangles. Simple enough. What is the rhyme scheme for a couplet? Danny?
AA.
AA is correct for 10 points. He refused the 1926 Pulitzer Prize for his novel Aerosmith, but accepted, read Danny again.
Sinclair Lewis.
Sinclair Lewis, but accepted the Nobel Prize in 1930. He also wrote Babbitt and Main Street. It lies between the exosphere and the stratosphere and reflects radio waves. Danny?
Mesosphere.
Oh, no, sorry. What is this atmosphere called? Matthew?
Thermosphere.
No, it's the ionosphere. After winning Emmy for his role in Jesus Christ Superstar, John Legend won the 4 major entertainment awards, often abbreviated EGOT. What does EGOT stand for? Danny?
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony.
Good for you. You are correct for 10 points. It wasn't compiled until about 20 years after Muhammad's death. What is this collection, Matthew?
The Quran.
The Quran is the collection of revelations divided into surahs. And now it's time for the Big Brain Buster brought to you by Turkey Hill. For 10 points and a gift certificate for Turkey Hill ice cream for everyone on the team. In November 2021, President Biden nominated him as Federal Reserve Chairman. Who, Matthew? Jerome Powell has resumed his post for a second term. Congratulations, Elizabethtown. It is a water lily, sacred in ancient Egypt. And Matthew?
Lotus?
The lotus, and sacred to both Hindus and Buddhists. Correct again. It's been in the news recently, the Presidential Records Act, which requires the preservation of White House documents and was passed in 1978. Whose collection of secret tapes played a defining role? Finney?
Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon played a defining role that led to that act. Tom Stoppard wrote the 1967 play Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. In what other play, Danny?
Hamlet.
They appeared also as 2 characters in Hamlet. A geometric figure has this property if there is a line along which a mirror can be placed. Samuel?
Symmetry.
They have symmetry, yes. In May 1940, after German forces broke through French defenses and swept toward the English Channel, the British Expeditionary Force in France fell back to this beach. Read.
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk is correct. The sun rises in the west and sets in the east as sulfuric acid rains on the highest mountains in the solar system. Matthew?
Venus.
You'd be visiting the planet Venus. In the UK, the House of Lords is the upper house of the Parliament. What is the name of the elected? Danny?
House of Commons.
House of Commons is the name of the elected chamber of the Parliament. You're correct. A PAC is an organization created to funnel money. Matthew?
Political Action Committee.
You are correct. Good for you. It consists of 12 numeric digits that are assigned to each item. The first one was used in 1974. What is this ubiquitous checkout tool? Danny?
Barcode.
The barcode or Universal Product Code, or UPC. You're correct. The Montagues and Capulets are the 2 families.
Romeo and Juliet.
No, sorry, I'm going to complete the question for Elizabethtown. They're the 2 families in Romeo and Juliet. What play by Thornton Wilder? Matthew?
Shakespeare.
No, sorry. What play by Thornton Wilder tells the story of the Gibb and the Webb families, and that is Our Town. In 1888, he left Paris and moved to the south of France, where he produced some 200 paintings in less than 18 months, among them Starry Night. And that's Vinny.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh is the Dutch artist. 4 western states meet at a single point. 3 of them are New Mexico, Utah, and Arizona. The 4th is?
Colorado.
Colorado. Danny is correct. She died August 5th, 2019, 26 years after she became the first black woman to win the Nobel Prize for Literature. Who was the author of Sula and Beloved? Danny.
Toni Morrison.
She's the one. Paris, Prince of Troy, judged a beauty contest between Aphrodite, Athena, and Hera. In order to win, Aphrodite bribed Paris. Who was the bride? Kylie.
No answer.
Oh, sorry. And that's Reed. Helen of Troy, yes. To the Romans, it was Hibernia, west of Britannia. Danny.
Ireland?
Ireland is the Emerald Island. One of the scrawniest horses in all of literature is a bony nag named Rocinante. Who wrote her? Danny.
Don Quixote.
Don Quixote wrote her on his famous quest. The United States is not in the top 10. According to the latest World Happiness Report, what Scandinavian country was for a third world Matthew?
Denmark?
Not Denmark, no, sorry. Reed.
Finland?
Finland is an absolute correct answer. Good for you. It's the shortest constitutional amendment, only 16 words. Excessive bail shall not be required. Samuel.
The 8th Amendment?
The 8th Amendment is correct. In 2001, she became the first to... we won't get to that question or any more questions because that sound takes us to the end of our first round. A very good game going, but Cedar Crest did get an edge on there with 170 to 90. But we have a lot more game coming up, including the one-on-one rapid fire and team lightning rounds. And that's coming up when WGAL8 Brainbusters continues following this brief break.
WGAL8 Brainbusters will return after this. The final 4 teams in the WGAL8 Brainbusters tournament will win cash grants. The 3rd and 4th place teams will receive $1,000 each. The 2nd place team will receive $3,000. And the WGAL8 Brainbusters champions will receive $5,000 in grant money. Now, here's Rich with our coaches and alternates.
Well, hi, I'm so glad you're here because I can introduce you to some very important people who help field these teams of very busy teenagers. First, Mr. Shane Thomas from Cedar Crest. He's a math teacher and the gifted support teacher at the school, and we really appreciate your help in bringing these 3 fine gentlemen here to Studio A. And next to him is Mr. Timothy Spiegel. He's a social studies teacher at Elizabethtown and also a well-known coach in the Lancaster Lebanon team and Quiz Bowl everywhere. Thanks for being here. Ryan Moyer is a senior. We know that he enjoys art and music, and he's going to combine those two and have an great career in graphic art, and thanks for being here as the alternate from Elizabethtown. Okay, boy, Cedar Crest really came alive in that round of play, but we still have a lot more game left, including the one-on-one rapid fire round. We'll first say hello to Reed Fretz. He's a sophomore, did very well in that first round of play, and it's great to have you back here. Now, I'm intrigued when you send me your biographical sketch that you have pet chickens.
That is correct,
So
yes.
do you live on a farm, or?
No, I don't. I just kind of, I just live in a normal house, and we just got chickens one day, just for the heck of it.
And they live outside, I assume?
Yes,
Do they hatch eggs?
They do.
Do you name them?
Yeah, we have 2 chickens, Gonzo and Toots.
And do they provide enough eggs
Oh,
for
yeah,
your family?
definitely.
That's fascinating. It takes a lot of work, though. It's a daily chore, is it not? That's what I thought. Oh, nice to have you here. Matthew Sharp, he is a senior from Elizabethtown. Great to have you back as well. But I understand that you're interested in mechanical engineering and CAD work, and you're already working at a Lidditz firm?
Yeah, I work at the Farfield Company in Lidditz. I am a CAD draftsman there, and I work primarily with HVAC and plumbing systems.
It's fantastic. Good for you, building a good resume. Reed and Matthew, we're going to put you two one-on-one. Before the end of 2021, he announced on his Instagram account that elected office was a path I'm not choosing to take at this moment, and that he wants to focus on serving the people of Texas in other ways rather than running for governor. Who is this Oscar winner of Dallas Buyers Club? Reed?
Matthew McConaughey.
He's the one, yes. On March 8th, 1965, the first official U.S. combat troops landed in this country. The last of them left on April 30th, 1985. Matthew?
Vietnam?
It was indeed Vietnam for 10 points. You've put together half of a string quartet. You have a viola and 2 violins. What other instrument do you need? Matthew?
Cello?
You need a cello, yes, good for you. 180 to 100. We're now going to meet our 2 captains in today's competition. First, it's a pleasure to welcome back Danny Peelan, and you're a junior, did very well. Everybody's been doing really well in this game, and it's great to have you back. And you are a junior, and yet impressively already know what you want to study in college.
Yeah, so in college I want to do computer science.
And this is a silly question. I've asked this before to people, but somebody studied computer science. Do you use Mac or PC at home?
I use PC. I definitely prefer PC.
But is the school Mac?
No, our school uses Windows PC.
Windows PC as well. Okay, so most schools, it seems, I thought uses the other. Kylie Mosser is a senior, and it's great to have you back, and thank you for being here once again. And I'm intrigued by something that you wrote, that you sew stuffed animals. What does that mean?
I do. It started out where I wanted stuffed animals, one of my favorite characters that weren't sold in stores, so I just started making them myself.
Oh, so you're not repairing damaged ones, you're actually
Nope, from
creating
scratch.
new ones from scratch. And you create different kinds of animals and shapes and...
Yep, I make my own patterns and everything.
Oh, very cool. Okay, well, Kylie and Danny, let's put you two one-on-one. Derived from the French word for horseman or knight. It was the code of knighthood in the Middle Ages. What was it called, Kylie?
Chivalry?
It was called chivalry, yes. It's a legal district in London. It's part of the Skull. It's a Philadelphia university. It's a synagogue. Danny?
Temple.
Temple is the word, yes. And now it's time for the Millersville Epic Question of the Week.
It began in January 1920. What ended 14 years later by the 21st Amendment, effective December 1933?
Danny?
Prohibition.
Prohibition, of course, yes, that is correct answer. Okay, 200 to 120. Now let's meet our third players. So first, it's a pleasure to welcome back Samuel Joffe, Jr. from Cedar Crest. Thanks for being here, but you need to help me out here. You play Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, I do.
What is that? Enlighten me.
So it's sometimes called the most complicated game on Earth. Basically, it's a trading card game, and it has tens of thousands of different cards, all that do like different things. And you need to it's like a strategy game almost. And there is also a bit of like a trading and collecting element to it.
So you have friends that play with you?
I mostly play with my family members.
So it's not something online, it's actually
You can
hands-on.
play it online, but most of the time it is like actual cards.
Okay, well, thanks for enlightening us. I really appreciate it. Vinny Checo is a senior from Elizabethtown. It's great to welcome you back. And I guess this might be considered unusual for teenagers to be enamored with classical music, but you do listen to classical music.
Yeah, that'd be correct. I've always just liked classical music, and I think my favorite is probably Beethoven.
All right, nice. All right, 200 to 120. It's now time to put you two one-on-one. Samuel and Vinny. It requires more than 1,000 different kinds of receptors in the olfactory glands, making it, Samuel.
Like the sense of smell?
The sense of smell is our most complex smell, yes. In George Washington's first cabinet, Henry Knox was Secretary of War. What is that cabinet position called, Samuel?
Secretary of Defense.
Secretary of Defense, currently held by Lloyd Knox. And finally, his most important book, The Interpretation of Dreams, was published in 1900. Samuel?
Sigmund Freud.
Sigmund Freud, good for you. You dominated all three of those questions, giving a strong lead to your team. But now we're going to pick up the pace and play today's 60-second Team Lightning Round. So Kylie, your team is behind at this point, so you will select first among these three quizzes. We have Check Please, Where-Oh, and AI.
Yeah. We'll go with AI.
AI. AI stands for artificial intelligence, but you won't need artificial intelligence to identify, for 10 points each, these people, places, and things whose names all end in AI. Kylie, I take your answer as the team's answer. Matthew and Vinny are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Good luck to all three of you, and here we go. This adjective refers to the language, culture, and cooking of Thailand.
Thai.
Correct. To kidnap a sailor of the largest city in China.
Shanghai.
Correct. The Japanese feudal military aristocracy.
Samurai.
Correct. The mountain where Moses received the Ten Commandments.
Sinai.
Correct. The Japanese art of growing small trees.
Bonsai.
Correct. The Japanese war cry or patriotic cheer.
Bonsai.
Correct. Largest city in the United Arab Emirates with the world's tallest building.
Dubai.
Dubai. 13th century Mongol emperor, grandson of Genghis Khan.
Next.
Kublai. In 1968, hundreds of civilians were massacred in the South Vietnamese village.
My Lai.
Correct. Until 1995, this Indian city was known as Bombay.
Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Correct. Basque sport played with a ball and Celestia on a fronton.
Pass.
Highlight, first name of Russian author Gogol and Russian composer Rimsky-Korsakov.
Nikolai.
Nikolai.
Correct. Gorge in Tanzania, one of the most important paleoanthropological sites in the world.
Pass.
Olduvai, 1957 Academy Awards for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, The Bridge of the River. Kwai. Excellent teamwork, 10 correct, 100 points came your way. Danny, it's up to you. We have check, please, and wero, wero.
Do you want to go with wero, wero?
Sure, yeah.
All right, we'll go with wero, wero.
Where-oh, where-oh. It's not a question of where the answers are, it's just that they all rhyme with where-oh. So for 10 points each, identify the following. Danny, I take your answers. The team's answer. Reed and Samuel are ready to help you along. Good luck. 60 seconds on the clock, beginning after I finish reading the first question. It can precede, gauge, escape, margin, and mind.
Pass.
Narrow, a large shady hat with a broad brim worn in Mexico.
Sombrero.
Sombrero, this songbird can be brown or gray, and it's really a finch.
Pass.
Sparrow, this deck of 78 cards includes a fool, a hangman, and a wheel of fortune.
Pass.
Tarot, in volleyball, this player can replace any
Libero.
player on the back row.
Libero.
Libero, yes, he's the master of the enchanted island in Shakespeare's The Tempest.
Prospero.
He's the one, a farm implement with sharp teeth or discs used to break up plowed ground.
Pass.
A harrow, it's the Spanish word for cowboy.
Pass.
Vaquero, John Travolta played him in Saturday Night Fever.
Pass.
Tony Monero, the stalks of this plant can be used for throwing.
Pass.
Hierro, this Mexican revolutionary became president in 1911.
Juarez.
Madero, Ravel's most popular piece suggests a
Bolero.
harem dance.
Bolero.
Bolero is correct. The northernmost point in Alaska is this point.
Denali.
Point Barrow. It has a head on one neck and a knock on the other, and that was arrow. A little stumbling for the team. 4 correct. 40 points came your way. 270 to 220. We have a great game going as we head into today's bonus brain buster. Today's category for today's bonus brain buster is U.S. coins. So our team members will each wager 0, 5, or 10 points based on their knowledge of U.S. coins while you watch these messages.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm so glad you're back. We have a great game going with Cedar Crest and Elizabethtown. Our teams have locked in their wagers, so we're ready for today's bonus brainbuster. During our break, 0, 5, or 10 points was wagered by each player based on their knowledge of U.S. coins. We're going to go into the News 8 newsroom with Paola Tristan Arruda. She has today's question. Paola.
Thanks, Rich. Congressional Act 9413 of 1963 states that there shall be coined a silver 50-cent piece which shall bear on one side the likeness of the late President of the United States. What president was so honored? Again, Congressional Act 9413 of 1963 states that there shall be coined a silver 50-cent piece which shall bear on one side the likeness of the late President of the United States. Good luck with your answer, and now back to Studio A. Rich?
Thank you, Paola. Is everybody ready? It looks like everybody, I guess that wasn't as difficult as we might have thought. So Reed, why don't we start with you and show us? And you said JFK for 5 points. Yes, it was John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy, of course, for 5 points. Conservative wagers. And you said Grover Cleveland. No, I'm sorry. So only 5 points will be added to your score. It's up to you with John F. Kennedy, 5 points. Kylie, did you? John F. Kennedy, 5 points. Vinny, it's up to you. Did you do it? 5 points. Good for you. 15 points coming your way. 5 points came your way. Okay, who's going to return for the playoffs and a chance to share in $10,000 in WGAL8 prize money? Well, we're going to find out momentarily because here comes today's final frenzy. This time we have 20-point questions. Mount Aconcagua in the Andes is the highest peak in the Americas. In fact, it's the highest point in the Western Hemisphere. In what South American country, Danny?
Argentina.
It's located in Argentina. It consists of 12 books, each about 1,000 lines of dactylic quintillic hexameter. What is the masterpiece of classical Latin written by Virgil in the 1st century, Samuel?
The Aeneid.
The Aeneid is correct. Evacuated in 1986. It's now sort of a wildlife sanctuary teeming with Reed.
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl is the former nuclear site in Ukraine. Ironically, it's used both as a heart medicine and as an explosive. Matthew?
Nitroglycerin.
Correct. It's the temperature at which the air is saturated with water vapor. Matthew again.
Dew point.
Dew point's correct. Of all the justices on the United States Supreme Court, he has served the longest since 1991. Which justice is it? Danny?
John Roberts.
Not he, no, sorry. Elizabethtown. Matthew, we'll take.
Clarence Thomas.
Clarence Thomas is the correct answer. We need to clear the electronic response system. It pitted German princes and foreign powers against the Habsburg family and the Holy Roman Empire. What war was fought from 1618 to 1648? Read.
30 Years' War.
Correct. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask there is some mistake. Danny.
Robert Frost.
No, to complete the question for Elizabethtown, the only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. According to the title of Robert Frost's poem, what is the speaker's horse doing? Well, he's stopping by woods on a snowy evening. Henry VIII had 3 wives named Catherine, Catherine Parr, Catherine Howard, and Catherine of Aragon. Which of them was executed for adultery? Danny.
Catherine of Aragon.
Not she, no, sorry, Elizabethtown. The correct answer is Catherine Howard. It's spoken like Hindi and written like Arabic. What is the official language of Pakistan and also why, Danny?
Bengali.
No, not Bengali, and also widely used in India. We stumped you on Urdu, and in Arabic, it's an acronym for Islamic Resistance Movement, and the word meaning courage and bravery. What is this radical Islamic organization, Danny?
ISIS.
Not ISIS, no, sorry. Elizabethtown, Matthew.
ISIL.
No, it's Hamas. The number of bytes in a kilobyte isn't 1,000. It's actually 2 to the 10th power, slightly more than 1,000. Danny.
1,024.
You are correct. In 2009, almost 300 years after the Danish rule, it became self-governing. Its first step toward independence. Read.
South Africa.
Not South Africa, no. The answer was Greenland. Well, that now takes us to the end of the round and to the end of the game. Very competitive match. Cedar Crest, congratulations. You are returning for the playoffs. We hope to see you in just a few short moments.
Scorekeeping for WGAL8 Brainbusters, presented by Jennings College Consulting, where students discover the right college fit for the future. We'll return after this. Welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
What a game. Cedar Crest really stormed ahead in that final round, so they are going to return for the playoffs and be guaranteed at least $1,000 from WGAL8 Brainbusters. Coming up on the next WGAL8 Brainbusters, we're so excited to welcome back Lancaster Mennonite and Lancaster Catholic, and that's going to be another fantastic show. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. We'll see you next time. So long.